Hey guys, let's take a look at how to decode ancient Indian carvings. And by the end of this video, you will realize that understanding these gods leads us to completely new discoveries which are hiding in plain sight. This is the Airavateswara temple at Darasuram in India. Historians think it was built about 850 years ago. Let's take a look at this deity and try to understand what it stands for. It just looks like a male god with two flowers in his hands. If you read Indian scriptures, you will realize that this represents the sun god Surya. Now, within a distance of 10 feet on another side of the temple, we can see the same sun god carved again. This is a rare sight to see the same deity carved twice, close to each other. Why did the ancient builders carve the same god twice within a distance of 10 feet? Of course, the standard answer is quite simple. It's a Hindu temple and thousands of gods are carved for religious worship. This is not a satisfactory answer for me because I've always argued that every carving was done for a specific reason. So I take a closer look at each of them. Here are these two carvings side by side. You can click on the pause button if you want and try to figure out the difference between them. What did you find? The carving on the left shows that the flowers are just beginning to bloom. Look at the petals. The carving on the right shows the flowers in full bloom. The petals are wide open. In ancient Vedic texts, the sun god is shown holding two lotus flowers. The lotus flower will begin to bloom in the morning sun and will remain wide open until the sun sets in the evening. So this carving represents the morning sun and this carving represents the evening sun. Now, we have understood the meanings of these two carvings, but we are only scratching the surface of the mystery. You can see that the sun god is carved above the horse. Is anything carved below the horse as well? Hidden from the eyes of casual visitors, this deity is carved underneath. Who is he? From his hair and the weapons he is holding, he can be identified as a god by the name of Kala. If you look at the standard explanations of this god, it is somewhat simple and it is known as a fierce or frightful form of Lord Shiva. But a deeper look into this deity shows that the word Kala means time and the word Bhairava is split into three words: creation, sustenance, and destruction. So the real meaning of Kala is something similar to the eternal Timekeeper. Now, we know the meaning of these three carvings, but we still don't know why they have been carved. Think of these three deities: the morning sun, the eternal Timekeeper, and the evening sun. What could they possibly indicate? What are these horses doing in the middle? If you take a step back and look at the entire picture, the horses on either side are pulling the entire temple, which is shaped like a chariot using these two wheels. Why are these wheels carved here? Merely for decoration? Not a chance. Let's count the number of spokes. Each wheel has 24 spokes. Believe it or not, these two wheels make up an ancient clock, a sundial, which is lying around undiscovered for many centuries until now. Nobody knows that this is a sundial, even though all these carvings, the Timekeeper, the morning sun, and the evening sun specifically indicate that this is a sundial. These 24 spokes stand for 24 hours of the day. This wheel can be used in the morning and this wheel in the afternoon. Now you know why the ancient builders carved the morning sun above this wheel and the evening sun above the other wheel. In another video, I have already shown you how the sundial at Konark Sun Temple works in detailed fashion, so I'm not going to bore you with the same information. But really quickly, the angle between each spoke represents an hour, and 60 minutes are split into 10 beats, which can specifically show the current time up to the accuracy of 6 minutes. I have asked the locals and the priests, but nobody knows that this is a sundial. Searching on the internet also gives me no results, which means that I have just discovered this sundial. Historians tell us that the oldest sundial in India exists at Konark Sun Temple, which was built around 1250 AD. However, this temple was built in 1150 AD, 100 years before the Konark Sun Temple. So, I think I just discovered the oldest sundial in India. This seems like a fairly intelligent discovery, but let's go back in time about 800 years ago. This would have been common knowledge. A visitor would walk around the temple, look at the sun god, and immediately recognize that these wheels tell time. Just like how we look at our watches today, he or she would calculate the time and walk away. Yet, historians are telling us that 800 years ago, most people in India were uneducated and were living in mud huts. Archaeologists who have documented all these carvings will tell us that these gods were carved out of blind faith and have no scientific meaning. The truth is, every ancient Indian temple has loads of hidden secrets hiding in plain sight. If you start looking, you can understand why these brilliant carvings were created. For example, look at this little guy who's driving the horse and the chariot. Under the morning sun, this guy has just started his day. His hair is well groomed, he's smiling, and his one leg is in front of the other. He's looking forward and has just begun driving the chariot. Under the evening sun, the same guy is carved frowning because he's tired. His hair is all messed up. His legs are wide apart. One of his hands is on his hip, and he's looking away from the horse because his day is over. If you visit this temple, look at the elephants as well. They give you enormous insight about what the ancient builders were really trying to tell us. Now, I want to point out that this sundial is just the tip of the iceberg. There are bigger secrets hiding in plain sight. For example, we found the eternal timekeeper carved below one of the horses. What lies below the other horse? A big surprise, Lord Buddha. Why is Buddha carved in a Hindu temple? There are no other Buddhist carvings whatsoever in this temple, so why is it carved secretly, hidden from the eyes of casual visitors? This hand signal of Buddha is also rare to find in ancient sculptures. This hand signal is called Jnana Mudra, which means symbol of knowledge or wisdom. What knowledge is he pointing to? How is he connected to the eternal timekeeper on the other side? If you're trying to decode this further, consider these 3 points. 1. The term Kala not only means time as in past, present, or future, but has deeper scientific meanings as well. The ancient Sanskrit and Tamil texts show something quite interesting. A day, which is 24 hours, is divided into 60 units of Kala. Therefore, 1 unit of Kala is equal to 24 minutes. Point number 2. Buddhists use a complex and esoteric teaching called Kala Chakra, which literally means the wheel of time. The ancient text by the name of Kala Chakra Tantra describes 2 wheels, the outer veil and the inner veil. Point number 3. Here are a few more deities carved nearby which will help your further understanding. Who are these gods and why are they carved nearby? Decoding these points will lead you to bigger secrets. Maybe the secret is hiding in plain sight. Try watching this video again and comment on what you found. I'm Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Please share this video with your friends because India just got its new oldest sundial. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.